Welcome to my class. This is Murali D, contract lecturer in mechanical engineering from GMR Polytechnic Gutnoor. Today we are going to discuss water turbines. This is chapter from fluid mechanics and hydraulic machinery. This is especially very useful for diploma students of Telangana state for second year's fourth semester. In previous class we discussed a formula for power efficiency of Francis turbine. From solution of we solved some problems on Francis turbine. Now today's class you would able to know about the understand working of Kaplan turbine and derivation. We will derive the expression for work done, power and efficiency of Kaplan turbine. The features of the Kaplan turbine. Kaplan turbine is an axial flow reaction turbine. This turbine is for low head and high flow rate. It is suitable for low head, that is 1.5 meter to 30 meter. Large quantity of water is used for this Kaplan turbine, more compact and runs faster. Now observe the figure number 2. This is the Kaplan turbine. Kaplan turbine is similar to propeller turbine. The runner blades of propeller turbine are fixed, but the Kaplan turbine runner blades are adjustable, so that their angle of inclination can be altered. With the working of Kaplan turbine, it is a vertical shaft and lower part is called hub. Vanes or blades are fixed on the hub or bars. Vanes are so shaped that water flows axially through the runner. Blades are adjustable according to the load changes by the servometer. Observe this figure. This is the hub. The vanes are fixed on this hub. These are adjustable. Servometer is usually accommodated in the hub. Scroll casing and guide vane mechanism and draft tube are similar to that the Francis turbine. Water flows from finstock into the scroll casing. Observe this diagram. Water flows from finstock into the scroll casing. They are like this, and then moves on the guide vanes. There is the guide vanes are there and moves on the guide vanes. Guide vanes are impart whirl motion to the fluid. From the guide vanes, the water turn through the right angle and then flows in an axial direction through the runner. The runner has 4 or 6 blades. They are long and adjustable in order to accommodate the large flow rate. Kaplan turbine is suitable for both full load or part load condition. Now you can watch this video. You will get full idea about the working and construction of this Kaplan turbine. I will show you a video for your full clarification animation video. Watch this video.
I teach you constructions and working of Kaplan turbines or propeller turbines. There is a certain difference between Kaplan turbine and propeller turbine that I discuss in this video, and introductions, constructions and working of Kaplan turbines. So first we go through the introductions. The Kaplan turbine was designed by V. Kaplan, engineers from Germany. Okay, So in examinations, there is a Pelton, Francis or Kaplan turbine is asked. From out of three, anyone is come in the any examinations. Okay, so first you need to draw the figures and write down the 5 points from the classifications. If you don't know the classification, then go to this I symbol on top right screen of your mobile or laptop. From that you can watch the classifications. Here I discuss this 5 point. First point is that according to the energy inlet. So according to energy inlet, any turbine is classified as impulse or reaction turbine. So this Kaplan turbine is a reaction turbine. Means kinetic energy and pressure energy both are supplied at the inlet of turbines. So this the water is the cashing of a Kaplan turbines. So water is in from these sides. So at the inlet of this cashing, the water have a both the energy, that is kinetic as well as the pressure energy. Second point, according to directions of water supply. That means in which directions of the runner water is supplied. So this is the part of runner. Okay. And this red part is known as a hub. Okay. Now on this is the axis, vertical is axis of the shaft. On this parallel to the axis of the shaft, water is supplied, that is known as the axial directions. Okay. So during this deciding the directions, we are consider the direction at which water supplied to the runner, means at this part. So here it is the radial direction, but on a runner it is supplying axial direction, so it is considered as an axial flow turbine. Third is the at the which head it is used. So it is used for a low head capacity hydropower plant. Fourth point, it is a larger quantity of water is required for a Kaplan turbines. And the fifth point is that it have a high specific speed. So this 5 point is compulsory to written in examinations and draw the figure, and then after explain the construction and working. So next point is the construction and working. Before that, I request to subscribe my channels by pressing subscribe buttons and also press the bell icon to get the continuous notifications. So here we understand the construction and working of a Kaplan turbines. Here you see this the figure. This figure is indicate the front view, means this upper part is this is the front view of the Kaplan turbine, and this is the top view of a Kaplan turbine. Okay, and this is the coloring image of this turbine. Okay, so there is a generally 5 parts, and its component is similar as a Francis turbine. So first we know that it is a penstock. From the penstock, water is coming in this scroll casing. Okay, so these 2 round component is the scroll casing, and when we seeing this top view, it's look like as a scroll part. Okay, so you see here that this area is continuously reducing, then it is known as the scroll casing. So this part is known as the scroll casing. Then from water from the scroll casing is supplied in the guide vanes. So here this is a guide vane, this is also the guide vanes. Okay, because it is a circular component, so we see in the front view, then we looking on the both the sides. Okay, so here you see this is a guide vane, there is a number of fan is installed on this guide wheel. Then after water from the guide wheel is supplied into this runner. So this part is our runner. Here you can see this is the runner, and this runner is mounted on the shaft. So here it is a vertical component, it is a shaft, this is a shaft axis. Okay, so parallel to this axis, water is supplied into this turbine. Okay, and from the top view we see, that is here we see there is a 4 vane. This 1, 2, 3 and 4 vane. Then after the water is tied to this runner, and then water is discharged to this tail race. Here it is a tail race. Okay, so water from the runner is supplied by using this draft tube. Draft tube means this is a gradually increasing area. It is known as the draft tube. So that is a generally similar components. The difference is that in a Francis turbine there is a 16 to 24 vanes in a runner, but in Kaplan turbine there is a 3 to 8 vanes only. So next we here understands the different another component. The component of Kaplan turbines are similar to that of the Francis turbine. The runner vanes of the Kaplan turbines are adjustable. Hence, governing of Kaplan turbine is carried out by governing the guide blade as well as the runner vanes both. Means in the Kaplan turbine, the angle of these runner vanes are adjustable. Here I show you another image. Okay, so these vanes are mounted with this hub. Okay, and this hub have a hollow component, So this van is controlled by the servo motors mechanism. So this angle is changed, okay, and guide van angle is also changed. So in a Kaplan turbine, the governing done by using these two methods, by using the adjusting the guide van as well as the adjusting the runner van board. Okay, so Kaplan turbine and propeller turbines are similars, but in a propeller turbine, these runner vans are not adjustable, then it is known as the propeller turbines. That is the only difference between propeller turbines and Kaplan turbine. Okay, I again repeat that in a propeller turbine, the runner van angle is not adjustable, but in a Kaplan turbine, the runner van is adjustable. Next point is that the Kaplan turbine work with the low head, hence the discharge for the Kaplan turbine is high. Means Kaplan turbine is used for the low head, and the discharge means water quantity required is high for a Kaplan turbine. In order to reduce the contact surface of a blade with water frictional resistance, number of runner van in Kaplan turbine is limited to 3 to 8 or 3 to 6. Means that is a less number of van compared to the Francis turbine. That means it's have a low friction coefficients. If you want to watch the another turbine, Pelton turbine, Francis turbine, then you go to the playlist, and also in the description there is a various link is available, so you can easily understand the different types of turbines. What is the difference between Francis and Kaplan turbine? That video is already available, and governing of the video is already available, so you can watch these various videos on the playlist.
Today we will discuss about Kaplan turbine. What is Kaplan turbine and how it will work? Firstly, we will discuss about the runner of the Kaplan turbine. We have a runner with a hub and vane. This is the complete runner of a Kaplan turbine. If we see the top view of this runner, this will look like this fan, and in a casing we have guide vanes for guide the water and runner for rotation. Now we see the working of Kaplan turbine. Now what will happen? When water comes in the axial direction, then runner will start rotating and water will go outside also in the axial direction. So this is a axially flow turbine, and in the top view we can see that runner is rotating. Now we see in this figure how it will work. Water will come in the casing and rotate in the casing. By the rotation, it will enter through the guide vanes, which will guide the water to rotate the runner, and this water will fall axially on the runner, then runner will start rotating. This is the working of Kaplan turbine. Now we see the next figure for clear understanding the Kaplan turbine. We have two figures in this Kaplan, above and below figure. In the above figure, we know that water will come and rotate, then it will enter from the guide vanes and runner will start rotating. Now in the below figure, we see that when water comes from the guide vane, it axially strike on the blades or vanes of the runner, then go outside in the axial direction through the draft tube, and runner start rotating. So this is the working of Kaplan turbine. Thank you for seeing this video.
I hope all of you understand the working and construction of the Kaplan turbine. Now we will derive the work done, power and efficiency for this Kaplan turbine. So usually for Kaplan turbine, a radial discharge occurs. Therefore the angle beta is equal to 90 degrees and VW2 is equal to 0. V2 is equal Vf2. Blade velocity is constant for inlet and outlet. So U1 is equal to U2 is equal to U, where U1 is equal U is equal pi d naught n by 60. Here d naught is the outer diameter of the rotor in meter. Work done and power and efficiency, work done is equal m into VW1 plus or minus VW2 into U kilowatts. For power, m is equal power m into VW1 plus or minus VW2 into U in kilowatt. For power, here it is VW2 is equal 0, therefore m is equal VW1 into U kilowatt. Hydraulic efficiency is equal m into VW1 into U1 by energy supplied, output energy by energy supplied, that is equal of mv1 square. By from this equation we will get VW1 U1. So here now there are some salient points, some important points for Kaplan turbine. Area of flow at inlet is equal to area of flow at outlet. Area of flow at inlet is equal to area of flow at outlet. So that is equal to area of flow is equal to area of flow is equal pi by 4 into d naught square minus db square. Here d naught is the outside diameter of the dunner, db is the diameter of bus or hub. db is the diameter or bus of the hub. And next velocity of the flow remains constant from inlet to outlet, where velocity of flow remains constant from inlet to outlet. So therefore Vf1 is equal Vf2 is equal to Vf. Here hence the discharge through the runner Q is equal area of flow into velocity of flow. So that is equal pi by 4 into d naught square minus db square into Vf. Okay, this is the discharge. Q is equal to. Now when tip angle at inlet is observed is greater than 90 degrees. Here some more points are there. The peripheral velocity of the runner at inlet and outlet are is equal. The velocity of the runner at inlet and outlet are equal, so that u1 is equal to u2, so that is equal pi d n by 60. This is peripheral velocity of the runner at inlet and outlet are equal. So the fluid leaves the runner is radially, and next one is the fluid leaves the runner radially, that is beta is equal to 90 degrees. These are the important points for the Kaplan turbine. Okay, now let us start some solving some problems on it. We will solve some problems on Kaplan turbine. These points are very very important: work done and power and efficiency, and these salient points on it. So now solve some problems. Now let us solve this problem. Problem number 1. A Kaplan turbine runner has outer diameter of 4.5 meter and inner diameter of 2.5 meter and it develops 21,000 kilowatt when runner at 140 rpm under a head of 20 meter. The hydraulic efficiency 94% and overall efficiency is 80%. Find the discharge to the turbine and guide blade angle at inlet. Okay, this is the given problem. He asked us to find out the discharge Q and guide blade angle at inlet means alpha. So he asked us to find out the discharge and alpha. We have to calculate these two. So I am repeating once again. A Kaplan turbine runner has outer diameter of 4.5 meter and an inner diameter of 2.5 meter and develops 21,000 kilowatt when running at 140 rpm under a head of 20 meter. The hydraulic efficiency 94% and overall efficiency is 80%. Find the discharge through the turbine and the guide blade angle at inlet. So right now we will solve this problem. First we have to write the given data. So the given data, outer diameter of the runner, outer diameter of the runner is 4.5 meter and inner diameter or diameter of the bus db is equal to 2.5 meter and it develops power is 21,000 kilowatt and it runs at rpm, which runs at 140 rpm and the head available h is equal to 20 meter and the hydraulic efficiency is 94% and overall efficiency is 80%. This is the given data. Okay, first we have to calculate the discharge. We know that overall efficiency equation, overall efficiency is equal to shaft power by water power. Shaft power or output power by water power. Shaft power by water power. That output power is P and water power is WQH. So from this we will get the Q value. We know that overall efficiency is 80%, that is equal 0.8, that is equal power is equal 21,000 by, we know the W value, W is equal 9.81 and we have to calculate the Q from here and H, head he given, H is equal 20 meter. So from this we will get Q is equal 0.8 into 9.81 into 20 by 21,000. Okay, from this you will get Q value. Q is equal to 133.79 meter cube per second, meter cube per second. So this is the Q value. We know the velocity triangles. From inlet velocity triangle, from inlet velocity triangle, tan alpha is equal to Vf1 by Vw1. So blade velocity is constant. From this first we have to calculate Vf1 and Vw1. From blade velocity is constant, so that blade velocity is constant, so that is equal to u1 is equal to u2 is equal to u. So this is equal, u is equal to pi d naught n by 60. So this is equal pi d naught is equal to 4.5 into n is equal 140 rpm by 60. So you will calculate it, you will get the u value, blade velocity value. So blade velocity, what is the blade velocity value? So the blade velocity is 33 meter per second. So now from hydraulic efficiency, hydraulic efficiency is equal power developed by water power. Power developed per kg by water power per kg. Water power per kg. So that is equal to Vw1 u1 by gh. So that is equal Vw, substitute the values in this equation. Vw1, we will get Vw1 from this equation. So Vw1 into u1, what is the u1 is equal 33 by g is equal to 9.81 and h is equal 20. So Vw1 is equal to, overall hydraulic efficiency is equal to 94%. So that is equal 0.94 into 9.81 into 20 by 33. Okay, calculate it, you will get Vw1 value. So Vw1 is equal to 0.56 meter per second. So from the discharge equation, what is the discharge? Q is equal, what is the discharge equation? Discharge is equal 5 by 4 into d naught square minus dB square into Vf1 From this equation we will get Vf1 value. So we know the key Q value 133.79, that is equal to 5 by 4. We know the d naught value is equal to 4.5 square minus diameter of the hub is equal to 2.5, that is equal to 2.5 square into Vf1. So from this equation you will get simply Vf1 is equal to, calculate the above equation, you will get the Vf1 value. Vf1 is equal to 12.16 meter per second. Now we will get from the velocity triangle tan alpha is equal to Vf1 by Vw1. So substitute all the values in this equation. So alpha is equal tan inverse Vf1 is equal 12.16 and Vw1 is equal to 0.56. So alpha is equal to, calculate it, you will get the answer of alpha, that is equal 65.20 degrees. This is the angle. So here we calculated the discharge and angle, blade angle at inlet. So the discharge is 133.79 meter cube per second. Discharge Q is equal to 133.79 meter cube per second and alpha is 65.0 degrees. Okay, right. I hope all of you understand this problem, and once again observe this, how we solved. We solved by the given with the available equations, and how we solved, we observe this. He written the given data as like us. So overall efficiency is equal to output power or shaft power by water power, that is equal to, he get Q value from this equation. So Q is equal to 133.79 meter cube per second, right? And next, hydraulic efficiency from inlet triangle, tan alpha is equal to Vf1 by Vw1. But first we have to calculate the Vw1 from blade velocity. V1 u1 is equal to u2 is equal to u, that is equal pi d naught n by 60. So from this equation we got u value, that is equal to 33 meter per second. Hydraulic efficiency is equal to power developed per kg by water power per kg. So that is equal Vw1 u by gh. Substitute all the values, you will get Vw1 value is equal 0.56 meter per second. And discharge Q is equal, we know that discharge Q is equal pi by 4 into d naught square minus dv square into Vf1. So from this equation we will get Vf1 value. So Vf1 is equal 12.16 meter per second. From the inlet triangle, tan alpha is equal Vf1 by Vw1. So alpha is equal tan inverse Vf1 by Vw1. So guide blade angle at inlet is alpha is equal to 65.20. Okay, this is the solution of the given problem. Now let us start the solution of the second problem. A Kaplan turbine is required to develop sorry for the inconvenience. This is for second problem. A Kaplan turbine is required to develop 7000 kilowatt under a head of 4 meter. Speed ratio is to flow ratio is 0.7. And the ratio of boss diameter to runner diameter is 0.35. Find the speed of runner assuming 90% overall efficiency. This is the second problem. I am repeating once again. A Kaplan turbine is required to develop 7000 kilowatt under a head of 4 meter. Speed ratio is to flow ratio is 0.7 and the ratio of boss diameter to runner diameter is 0.35. Find the speed of runner assuming 90 percentage overall efficiency, right? We will solve this problem. Okay, now write the given data. Power developed P is equal to 7000 kilowatt. P is equal to 7000 kilowatt, and head capital H is equal to 4 meter. Speed ratio is equal to U1 by V1 is equal to 2. Flow ratio Vf1 by V1 is equal 0.7. Bus to runner diameter ratio dB by d naught is equal to 0.35. Bus to runner diameter ratio 0.35, and overall efficiency is equal to 90 percentage. This is the given data. Power developed by the turbine is 7000 kilowatt, head 4 meters, speed ratio is 2, flow ratio is 0.7, bus to runner diameter ratio is 0.35, overall efficiency is 90 percentage. So from this given data we will solve this problem. So from flow ratio, we know the flow ratio equation. From flow ratio, that is equal to Vf1 by under root 2gh. So this is equal 0.7. So from this equation we have to calculate Vf1 value. So Vf1 is equal to 0.7 into under root 2 into g is equal 9.81 and h is equal 4. If you calculate it, you will get Vf1 value. Here what is the value you got? 6.20 meter per second. 6.20 meter per second. And now from overall efficiency, is equal to shaft power by mgh. So overall efficiency is 90 percentage, so that 0.9, that is equal to shaft power is 7000. We have to calculate here g is equal 9.81 and h is equal 4. M is equal 7000 by 0.9 into 9.81 into 4. So that is equal, you will get M is equal 1,98,000 kg. This is the M. We know the M is equal WQ by G. We know the M is equal WQ by G. From this we will get Q value. Q is equal 198 meter cube per second. We know the Q equation. Q is equals pi into d naught square minus db square into Vf1. So from this we have to calculate diameter of the bus, outer diameter, and diameter of the bus. Okay. Now substitute all the values in this equation. Substitute all the values in this equation. You will get. So we know diameter of the bus to diameter outer diameter ratio is 0.35. So diameter of the bus is equal to 0.35 into outer diameter. So Q is equal 5/4 into outer diameter square minus 0.35 into outer diameter whole square into Vf1. We substitute all the values in this equation. Substitute all the values in this equation. 198 is equal to 5/4 into diameter. We will get common here, 1 minus 0.35 whole square into 6.2. So outer diameter is equal to 6.8 meter. From this we will get the diameter of the bus. So diameter of the bus is equal 0.35 into 6.8. So this is equal 2.38 meter. So the diameter of the bus is 2.38 meter and outer diameter is 6.8 meter. From speed ratio, show u1 by under root 2gh is equal to 2. Okay, we will get u1 is equal to 2 into under root 2 into 9.81 into 4. So u1 is equal to 17.7 meter per second. We know that u is equal, blade velocity u is equal to pi d naught n by 60. So this is equal to u is equal to 17.7, that is equal to pi into d naught is equal to 6.8 into n by 60. So n is equal to 17.7 into 60 by pi into 6.8. You will get n value here. So n is equal to, if you calculate that, n is equal to 50 rpm. This is the solution for given problem. I hope all of you understood this. So let us see one more here, how he solved. This is the given data, and from flow ratio we have to calculate Vf1 here. So here Vf1 is equal to 6.2 meter per second, and from overall efficiency we have to calculate the mass, and from that we will calculate the Q discharge, and here that from the discharge we calculated here diameter, outer diameter, and diameter of bus. From speed ratio we calculated here u1 value, and from the blade velocity we calculated the speed of the runner. Speed of the runner is equal to 50 rpm. This is the answer of the speed of the runner. Okay, I hope all of you understood this problem. These are the frequently asked questions for your assignment, so you have to solve it for homework or for your future for practice. A Kaplan turbine produces 44,145 kilowatt under a head of 25 meter with overall efficiency of 90%. If the speed ratio and flow ratio are 1.6 and 0.5 respectively, find the diameter and speed of the turbine. Take the hub diameter as 0.35 times the outer diameter. It is similar to earlier problem. What is the last problem we solved? It is similar to that. So first we have to calculate Q, and then after we have to find out the diameters, and finally we have to calculate the speed of the speed of the blade, and finally we have to calculate speed of the turbine N. So first what is we have we have flow ratio, is equal to Vf1 by under root 2gh. So that is equal what he given flow ratio with the speed ratio and flow ratio, that is equal 0. He given flow ratio is equal to, and similarly the speed ratio is equal to u1 by under root 2gh. From this is equal to 1.6. From these two equations you will get Vf1 and u1. First calculate these two, and next overall efficiency is equal shaft power by mgh. So from this equation you will get m value. M is equal to wq by g. So from this equation you will get q value. Okay, from the q value, q is equal to pi by 4 into outer diameter square minus diameter of bar square minus Vf1. From this equation you will get outer diameter and inner diameter. Finally you will get according to speed ratio is equal pi dn by 60. You will get n here, speed of the turbine. Okay, I hope all of you understand this question. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you one and all. If you have any doubts, please contact me on my WhatsApp number. Thank you for watching this. Thank you all.